Did you know that Rocky Mountain National Park requires a time entry reservation ticket, especially during peak hours? You can reserve it months in advance. But if you haven't done so, not to worry. They release tickets the day before, and we're going to show you how to do it step by step on the website. Today, we're not only going to show you how to get a timed entry reservation to Rocky Mountain National Park and Bear Lake Road, we're also going to show you how to get a Parks Pass, how to use the website and the app, how to get the time you want even if you waited till the day before, how to avoid the crowds, and we're also going to give you some great ideas besides the Bear Lake Road area. When we first visited here on our honeymoon 26 years ago, there were no tickets and way fewer crowds. Fast forward to today, and it's a completely different experience. You can't just drive in whenever you want. Honestly, we didn't even realize when we booked this trip that we'd need a ticket. But don't worry, we're going to walk you through the whole system, step by step, so you'll be ready to go. Rocky Mountain National Park is one of the most visited national parks in the U.S., and in peak summer, the crowds are overwhelming. Time entry was introduced to protect the park and improve visitor experience. So instead of waiting in traffic for hours or finding no parking, everyone gets a nice visit. Rocky Mountain National Park is only an hour from the Denver International Airport, which is the fourth busiest in the country. With close proximity to an airport plus amazing beauty, it's no wonder it's more crowded than some of the remote parks in Montana or Wyoming. Time entry only gets you a reservation. You still have to pay the park admission fee, and we're going to show you how. We recommend a Rocky Mountain National Park Pass. You have several different options to choose from, depending on your length of visit. We recommend purchasing it online, and we're going to show you step by step later in the video. You also have the option to purchase it at the entrance station as well as self-service kiosks. You can also use America the Beautiful passes, which include passes for seniors, annual passes to all national parks, and a variety of other options. See the National Park website for more information. Be aware, no cash is accepted. We strongly recommend that you purchase this in advance because you don't want to be that person holding up the line. For your initial purchase of your Rocky Mountain National Parks Pass online, you can use the Recreation.gov website. You can also use the mobile app to renew. The first step is to make an account online at Recreation.gov. We're going to skip this part because if you're using YouTube, you've probably made an account on the internet before. The website's a little quirky, but we're going to show you exactly how to navigate it. Once you create an account, you want to search for the Rocky Mountain National Park. Select National Park Entrance Passes. There's a variety of options to choose from, and pick the one that best suits your needs depending on how long you plan to visit. You want to add the pass and confirm the order details. And then you're going to want to select the start date, which allows you to purchase these way in advance, which is a big benefit. You're going to agree to the terms and check out. You're then going to enter the payment information. We used Apple Pay. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, we're going to tell you about timed entry reservation tickets. Buckle up. The first thing you need to know is that there's two types of timed entry. There's regular timed entry, and then there's timed entry plus. Timed entry plus gets you into Bear Lake Road and the rest of Rocky Mountain National Park. Regular timed entry does not include the Bear Lake Road area. Regular time entry is in effect between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. So this means you can't enter the park during those hours without a timed entry reservation. So this includes driving between Grand Lake and Estes Park on Trail Ridge Road. But you don't need a time entry ticket if you enter before 9 a.m. or after 2 p.m. The Bear Lake Road area requires time entry plus, and this is in effect between 5 a.m. and 6 p.m. Bear Lake Road's located on the eastern side of the park near Estes Park and Beaver Meadows entrance, and it's one of the most popular areas of the park. Please keep in mind that you must enter the Bear Lake area during your reservation window. Allow plenty of time because the main park gates and Bear Lake Road checkpoint get really long lines. The other thing is that you're likely to encounter an animal jam where tourists will just stop traffic in both directions and take pictures, and it can create a backup. And late entry is not permitted. Also, we want you to be aware that timed entry does not guarantee parking. And so especially in the Bear Lake Road area, parking lots fill up really quickly and trails can get very crowded. So we suggest you get there early. So when can you purchase time entry? The first day of the month, the tickets open up for the following month. So if you want tickets for July 14th, you can purchase them on June 1st. So what happens if you didn't get tickets in advance? Not to worry, that's what happened to us. 40% of the tickets are released the day before, and we're going to tell you exactly how to purchase them later in the video. In recent years, time entry has been in effect between May and October, but check the website for specific dates. Now we're going to show you exactly how to purchase your time entry online. This time, we're going to show you using the mobile app. The first thing you want to do is search Rocky Mountain National Park and select Time Entry Reservation. Next, select Time Entry or Time Entry Plus, depending on your preference. Then you're going to want to select the desired dates. Keep in mind that some dates might not be available if they're sold out or if the tickets are not yet released. Then you're going to want to select the desired time by scrolling. The number of available tickets should be displayed. You can then select Book Now, and you're going to have 15 minutes to complete your purchase. Don't forget to check all the agreement boxes, or you'll not be able to proceed with payment. The cost is $2, and the reservation is not refundable. Also remember, it doesn't cover the cost of the admission to the park. A fee goes to a third-party vendor. The checkout is fairly straightforward, and you could enter a credit card or use Apple Pay. So what happens if you didn't get your tickets in advance? Don't worry. Almost half the tickets are available the night before for time entry and time entry plus. This is important. The reservation window opens promptly at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We were successful 6 of the 7 days. One time it didn't work, we think because there was a problem with our login. We're going to give you several tips for booking successfully when the pressure's on the night before. First, you want to set a couple alarms. Give yourself time to get ready. They sell out immediately. You might not even get your preferred time at 7:01 Mountain Time. Second, re-log in to the app or the website. Even if you're still logged in, we suggest you sign out and sign back in. We think that this is what contributed to our failure one evening when trying to get a reservation last minute. Make sure you have the time entry pulled up and ready to go. Hit refresh exactly at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We recommend you turn off VPN. Be aware you might not get a signal in Rocky Mountain National Park, so you want to make sure you're somewhere with a very strong Wi-Fi or cellular signal. We suggest you try on 2 different devices just in case one fails. You might also try 2 different browsers or the app and the website, just in case there's a problem with one of the interfaces. We also recommend that you have your first and second choice ready to go. They sell out sometimes under a minute, so there's no time to deliberate when the pressure's on at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Now we're going to show you how to select time entry reservation at exactly 7 p.m. the night before. This time, we're going to use the web version on Recreation.gov, and we're going to select Time Entry Plus. So you're going to navigate to Recreation.gov. We use Safari or Chrome. If you happen to be logged in, make sure you log out and then log back in. Just before 7 p.m., search Rocky Mountain National Park time entry. Enter the date. In this case, it's going to be the next day. At exactly 7 p.m., hit refresh. You're going to notice that the tickets are now available. So we're looking for Time Entry Plus, and we're going to select that. Then select the time and hit Request Tickets, and follow the same steps as before to complete your purchase within 15 minutes. Before sharing some great alternatives to the Bear Lake Road area, here are a few tips we learned this summer at Rocky Mountain National Park. First, Beaver Meadows entrance can be very busy before dawn. The Fall River Road entrance near Estes Park is beautiful and much less crowded. Plus, you'll be rewarded with wonderful wildlife sightings. Second, add your passes to the digital wallet and take a screenshot so they're ready to go at the entrance station, just in case you don't get a signal. Third, time entry is required for outlying areas of the park between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Even if you have timed entry, arrive early because parking runs out quickly. Be aware that you're going to need to enter during that entry window, but once you're inside, you can stay as long as you'd like. Fourth, camping reservations can serve as your entry to the park. Check your reservation for details. If you don't get a time entry plus Bear Lake Road reservation, there is so much more to do at Rocky Mountain National Park. Here are a few examples of some amazing places. Trail Ridge Road is America's highest elevation continuous highway. It's absolutely beautiful and has a ton of viewpoints and trails. An alternative to Trail Ridge Road is the Old Fall River Road. It's an unpaved, windy, one-way drive to the Alpine Visitor Center. It's got amazing views and some fun, hidden areas. The website recommends a high-clearance vehicle, and all-wheel drive will make it much easier. Upper Beaver Meadows has some lower elevation trails and beautiful views plus wildlife without the crowds. We climbed Deer Mountain Summit, one of the lower elevation summit hikes. Some great views and switchbacks make your climb easier, and there's no scrambling up boulders. Check out Horseshoe Park off of Fall River Road. Depending on the season, it's a great place for bighorn sheep, moose, elk, and horseshoe crabs. And finally, all of the other amazing areas of the park, like Lumpy Ridge, Wild Basin, or the Longs Peak area. There's so much to see and do. We've traveled all over the world and still found time entry somewhat tricky. We hope you find these tips helpful and fall in love with Rocky Mountain National Park just like we did. Please let us know if there's other videos about Rocky Mountain National Park that you'd like us to make. Thanks for watching.